Hello everybody, Sneaky Chiefy again, bringing you Game 2 in Stiegletz's BattleGrounds Round 1. First one went to LordSavage, who's in red playing as the Turks, but Stiigletz in blue as the Goths is going to look to turn that around. And the map is Dry Lake, BC. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a Socotra because both players start really close to each other, but unlike Socotra, there's not a limited space. There's actually a lot on the outsides and reasons to expand out. The map is designed to force players to expand. Players start with a horse. They have 2 boar, although this one's kind of a weird spot. But there's less sheep to find. I can see maybe 3 solo sheep scattered around to find. There's some wood, but small piles, only 4 tiles gold and 2 here, and 2 and 3 tiles gold, or stone rather, to be had. So the point is that there's a lot more resources available outside of the bowl. Some hunt, some more stone and gold, and a lot of wood. So it's encouraging players to expand outwards, and then 5 relics, 6 relics in fact, scattered on the outsides of the map. As both horses kind of collide, we won't see any scout battles, that's for sure. But yeah, kind of an interesting map. I am also in this tournament, as I said in the first video. I'm not sure how I would approach this map. There's a lot of custom maps, and I need to practice on them if I want to stand a chance to do well in this tournament. This is an interesting one. As far as the civs go, Turks versus Goths, I'm a big fan of the Goths, but the Turks seem to be a good counter, what with the gunpowder units, right? So, should be interesting. Red seems to have 3 easy boar here. Okay, so maybe, yeah, looks like 3 boar for blue as well. Interesting. So Mongols, yet again, a viable option on this one. What with all the hunt that I can find. Just drop a lot of mills and hunt away. But it's not an overwhelming amount of hunt, not like Valley. So, yeah, these players, and it's broken ground, a lot of broken ground scattered through here, so not much you can do in terms of building on it. Red is a waller. We know that from the last game, and indicated here he's already walling off between him and his opponent. It's, like I said, they're starting very close together, as you can see, so walling early is definitely a good idea. Goths aren't the best at walling, what with only palisade, but they can still build them. And the real trick with Goths is that you're kind of on a timer if you're the opponent up against the Goths. You don't want to get them into the Imperial Age with a bunch of farms and a castle, because then they're just going to roll Goth spam all day long. But the Turks are definitely the one to handle that. If Goth spam does occur, they do have a direct counter with the gunpowder units. So we'll have to see. I'm expecting light cavalry from the red player, judging by how we played the last game. The real question is, where do they expand outwards, and when? As the second boar gets lured by red here. He'll just barely save this villager. It's definitely going to be a close call. Villager saved, but there are 2 very low health villagers in there. Blue getting his second boar. There's a lot of easy hunt here as well. I'm just going to go ahead and say Mongols for every map in this tournament. How's that? So far we've seen mostly land maps. There are a lot of hybrid maps in the BattleGrounds tournament, so I think they're forcing people to think differently about this game. Maybe a horse snipe here? Nope. Okay. Let's take a look at what players are seeing. Red's done a pretty decent job scouting most. He knows where the TC is, at least from blue. Most of the middle is found out. And blue has got his direct vicinity and then scouted out. It's good that he's going outwards to find what resources exist elsewhere, because he's found a good 3-style stone, or 3-style gold. next to some wood, this is a great spot right here to build in. Maybe a TC right here and a few walls to protect. Another back barracks with militia. Would have liked to see the barracks forward, not gonna lie. Have it be a part of your wall. Make it easier for your militia to get forward. I like that he's putting the militia out sooner than last game because they weren't very effective. As Red's horse could get spotted and sniped again. Maybe not. Loom just coming in for Red now. Very important tech in a close map like this. I like this mill. No berries, I'm seeing that too, as far as food goes. So a mill on your starting hunt is a good idea. Red does see the barracks, and he might have even seen those militia. Let's see what those militia can do. Blue already on his way up. Love it to feudal age. Red finishing his walls on the right, but has plenty of open space on the left. And Red will click up to feudal age now as well. He got his third boar. That's a poor placement. Villagers 25 to 22 in Red's favor. So he will have a stronger eco in feudal. This is an odd spot for the mill though. His hunt was kind of in the midst of his stones and gold. TC fire, getting a few hits on those militia. Oof, that's unfortunate. Now the villagers can fight back. Red will quick wall, but not quite fast enough. The villagers will fight this off though. Those militia are wounded. But even if it was 3 full-bodied militia, you can always fight that off with enough villagers. So, Drush, ineffective, unfortunately. But Blue's still the first to feudal age. He drops a second barracks. Forward barracks this time. Man-at-Arms upgrade coming in. I love it. I love the early aggression. House walls, so important for Goths. As he does have... What is that other man? Oh, the other militia went in, it looks like. I love that the horse counts as a military. Just fight with the horse. Barracks going down for Red now at front. More man-at-arms coming in. Blue smells blood in the water. He sees a lot of open land here on the left and looking to capitalize on that. Red is aware of it as well and looking like he's sending a few builders forward. Let's see what Red sees, shall we? What is that, the blacksmith? Okay. I think Red did spot that man-at-arms coming through here. Double bit axe coming in for Blue. Red continues to wall like his life depends on it. Because it does. Archery range going down for Red. Not surprising, as the Turks could go cavalry archers as well. It is only 2 men-at-arms, but Red can't fight that off comfortably, so he'll retreat. As long as Blue keeps those alive, he does. He might snipe a few of these vills. This one, for example, is completely trapped. Okay, that's good. That's 1 kill. Blue's gonna like that. Here's another one that's completely trapped, and Red's forced to delete the mining camp to keep him alive. I mean, it's the right move. He's got to keep this villager alive, but that's not what you want if you're Red. So Vill counts 27 to 27. Blue really only has the 2 men-at-arms, so he hasn't gone full bore, which I like. Just enough to be annoying. Red's almost done with his walls. See what Blue can see. Blue clearly sees the openings, using the horse very well. Red quick walls his wood villagers in. And putting out archers is Red to deal with these men-at-arms. That's the right call. But forward villagers from Blue. Stiigletz did this last time. We'll see what he does with it. As Blue's horse takes a little damage from those 2 archery ranges. I mean, obviously archers are not long-term solution. Another barracks forward for Blue against the Goths, because as soon as the Huskarls come out, archers are useless. But archery ranges are important for the eventual hand cannoneer. Obviously an Imperial Age unit though. Janissaries in Castle Age could work. But I'd say advantage Goths in the Castle Age. If there gets enough Janissaries or hand cannoneers in the late Imperial, the Goths might struggle, even with the Goth spam. And an archery range of his own for Stiigletz forward, probably for skirmishers, as blue looks to... Oh, sorry, that's a red archery range. A bit aggressive. No one's paying attention, unfortunately. Blue takes one swing at an archer. Okay, they're spotted now. And these are just on stand ground. So that's free kills for red. That's really unfortunate. But I like the... Okay, is that a tower? I hope it is. Yeah, it was. He got rid of it. Tower could have been really effective there. There is more gold back here, but... Blue obviously seeing that he's exposed with 5 archers out forward, so he retreats and starts making skirmishers, which I like. Until the Huskarls are a viable unit, skirmishers are really Blue's only option. He'll need to mass them a bit more than that, though. Stiigletz buying food to click up to castle, perhaps? Yep. Stiigletz does save his villagers. Love this spot. What is that, an archer range? Yeah. Great little wall here to protect his eco. This is a lot of archers coming in. Blue, Stiigletz obviously focusing on getting Castle Age sooner than his opponent. Last time, Red did a good job advancing to the Age quickly. 36 to 35 is the Vil count. And obviously, the Goths want to get to Castle Age as soon as possible. Though Red does a good job of sniping these 2 builders before that archer range goes up. That's really unfortunate. Blue finishing his walls back here. I love this decision. He doesn't want to get raided by light cav like last time. He wants to keep the archers out. He's also doing a good job scouting with the horse. He sees, look how much of the map Stiigletz sees. So much. Red, on the other hand, much less, as this horse is just sitting. So this is probably auto scout. I don't know if you can auto scout a horse. This could be just Stiigletz microing like crazy. There's a lot of archers though. 12 archers could do a lot of damage, especially on your main gold exposed there on the left. Or at the top, I should say. Red has to abandon this wood line, which is a great choice because he almost overchopped anyway. Switch to these wood lines instead. Has to ditch this gold. I think there's a hole through there. Maybe not. Sure looks like it. But Blue's up to castle. Red retreats. Or thinks about retreating. Red hasn't even clicked up yet. Look how much gold he has. Red's got 1,600 gold and only 91 food. Stiigletz could really pounce on this, but I don't think he's been mining stone. He's only got 200 stone. Yeah, here's his tiles. Stiigletz is going to need a castle. You don't want to be making skirms long term as the Goths. It's definitely not the ideal. There's a red light cavalry, or just scout cavalry. Random spearmen. Not sure why those are being made. So now Stiigletz is thinking, okay, Siege Workshop. Stiigletz is probably thinking, where do I put my next TC? Up here would be ideal. Right here, maybe. Somewhere where you can get stone, because you need that castle. There's not a lot of stone on the map, though. So maybe relying on a castle age unit, a castle special unit, I should say, maybe not the right approach for this map. I'm just thinking for myself. Like I talked about the Huns before, the Mongols before. You need castles for Mangadai, and there's just not a lot of stone to be had. So maybe not the way to go. Is Red dropping some of his stone to make a stone wall? Yeah, Red loves his castles. There's definitely a gap right there, though. Blue could find that later. We'll see. I don't know how Red keeps getting in this gate. Scout cavalry being annoying. Don't lose that Vil. Ah. Yep, there's definitely a hole through there. Red microing his archers very well, using that scout cavalry to full effect, and red also on his way up to Castle Age. So blue, while getting there faster, wasn't able to do too much with it. I don't see a second CC yet. And bloodlines coming in as well as scale botting armor. So red is definitely thinking could go knights, could just be a lot of scout cav or light cav once he hits Castle Age. Or he could be thinking cavalry archers, as we see forging coming in. So that tells me he's not thinking cavalry archers. He doesn't have any stables out. He's got to have one stable because he built a yeah. He's got one stable. He's got 2 archer ranges, defensive tower for the gold. But red's almost out of gold. He's got 2,000 in the bank, which is incredible. So red will look to expand. He did a good job expanding last game. As blue catches his archers, which is good. So red's up to Castle Age now. Blue's dealing with archers on his wood line. It's really unfortunate. Red is being really annoying with those archers. Not letting blue breathe. But there's a mangonel out there for blue, which I like. If those archers get caught up unawares, you can get a good shot with that mangonel. Crossbowman coming in. So the Turkish player going crossbowman for now. Bold move against the Goths, but maybe red realizes that blue has not mined enough stone for a castle. There's a good shot. Crossbowmen now, not archers. That could have killed a whole lot more. Good shot by Stiigletz on that bunch. This hole is being really annoying though. Light cav just going to keep streaming through this little hole here. Another good shot. I just had I missed it. Good job, Mangonel. Here come the light cav. Imperial Age for blue. Wow. Okay. And Halberdier, or Pikeman coming in first. 1 TC fast Imperial Age from blue. Better start getting some defensive pikemen out quickly for these scout cavalry. Turkish upgrade of getting free upgrades on the scout line comes really comes in handy for sure. No military upgrades yet for blue, I'm noticing. It's one of the ways he was able to get up to Imperial Age so fast, but it could cost him. Because even elite skirms go down quickly to crossbowmen if they don't have the upgrades. And the small bunches of light cav intermixed with all the crossbowmen. Good shot. Being really effective here for red. Oh, he saves that mangonel. I love it. Another good shot. The real issue is this hole in the gold. Yeah, these aren't even elite skirms yet. So crossbowmen will do a good job, but red's not massing them. Red really doesn't have much military. It's only 13 military for red. 5 military for blue, and they're all in the form of pikemen right now, which is the right call with all these light cavalry coming in. Blue almost an Imperial Age. Still no stone being mined though. More military upgrades. Bodkin arrow for red. Now we see a clump of crossbowmen, could be very scary. Blue has some mangonels, it seems. Not sure where they are though. There's one. Oh, it was on the way. It was in the queue, that's why. Silly me. Alright, elite skirms now. That should be a lot more effective against these crossbows, not to mention the mangonel. I just can't believe the audacity of Red to go crossbowman against the Goth player. If he can get stone, if Stiigletz can get a mining camp out here or out here, unfortunately Red's camping that. I think Red knows very well that Blue is without stone at the moment. Nice hit. Good attack ground. Red forced to retreat. Blue's in a tough spot too because he can't get this gold here. And you need the gold obviously for the special unit. Okay. Blue just abused the market to get castle, which I love the spot too, by the way. It's obviously the weak kink in the armor. Here's all the villas going forward to build that castle so that you can start mining more stone and gold. The skirms will be there to protect it, which is the right call, but they gotta stand ground as killing you, Stiigletz. You gotta put these on attack. So he'll clean up those archers there, which is good. Or at least chase them away. Mangonels on defense, I love that. Scary overchop here though. And these guys just sitting pretty. Not sure what those two are up to. Same with over here. Red does it. Another thing Red does is like groups his military in like little bunches. Interesting. Okay, there's the expansion. I was gonna say Red. I'm anticipating him to expand somewhere. An interesting TC. Doesn't do anything but give you some wood. I think a TC here or here for Red would have been much better, but that's just me. Red is expanding to more stone piles and doing a defensive castle of his own. So we'll probably see Janissaries versus Huskarls. Blue back to his gold line. He's gonna love that. Expanding his walls. All good. Look at this castle from Red. Right at the top of Blue's base and denying him all these resources. Bold move from Red. And this is just production buildings will go up right here for Red, I'm sure, and he'll be able to stream right into Blue's base. It's a tough spot. It's a lot of skirms though. 15 skirms. And we see a monk come out for relics. And there's Anarchy, which gives the Goth player the ability to make Huskarls out of barracks as more barracks go down from Blue. So here comes the Goth spam. Blue villagers venturing forth. Hopefully we'll see what Red is up to back here. Yeah, he was going to build a monastery of his own, but he'll see. Let's see what he sees.
Yeah.
He sees the mining camp. He doesn't see the castle yet. Now he sees the castle. I'm glad he sees it too, so he's not caught completely unaware. Send skirms back, but there won't be much they can do. What with the castle at the top of the hill. But Blue does a good job putting this house down to kind of plug the overchop. Here's some Huskarls. They'll look to do some damage somewhere. It's tough when Blue's fully walled, but or Red's fully walled, but Blue could sneak in through back here. You could certainly raid all these exposed areas. Red just ballooning out, going barracks for probably champion. Or maybe just pikeman trash. I don't see any Janissaries yet. I see some spearmen coming out from Red. These skirms will come in and clean this up. Still no military upgrades for Blue, which I find interesting. Red dropping a few monasteries in various places to collect relics. Not a bad choice. Red also just sitting on top of the hill and denying another wood line. And there's the stables, yeah. So Red's gonna flood in light cavalry. And looks like, yeah, he is going champion. Ooh, I like this. What's blue thinking here? Can't be another castle. Some sneaky villas were found out though. So the Turk response is not the hand cannoneers or janissaries I expected. It's going to be champions. Blue cleans up the archers but loses a few skirms to the castle, so he retreats. I think a TC right here would be so prime. And blue getting a Treb out, which is fantastic. Red about a minute away from Imperial Age, so blue can get a few Trebs advantage. He's buying stone and wood for a TC, looks like blue is. I love that these blue villagers walked right through Red's base. And Red now looking for those villagers that he saw earlier, sending some light cav out various places. So 14 Huskarls all over here, a Treb. The question for me with blue is, do you push forward? It looks like that's what he's thinking. He's going to ignore what's in his back of his base for now. I love this TC to get more gold, to get more food. You need a lot of food as the Goths player. You need a lot of space for farms. This Treb will go for the Ford Castle. Skirms will go down to Hussars. Because again, the Turks get automatic upgrades on their scout line, so as soon as he hit Imp, Red was a Hussar, and these three stables are going to be pumping out Hussars like crazy. The Red does not have a good amount of farms. 31 farms, so he does have good food eco, but Red also gets free chemistry. So you see the yellow lasers instead of blue from this castle. It's also teching into the long swordsman line, so while he wants to do Hussar spam, he's also spending a lot of food to upgrade his champions, which is going to be his answer to the Goth spam. Which is all well and good. Sure, champions are better than Huskarl in a one-on-one fight, but they're so expensive. I would love to see some military upgrades from Stiigletz here. I know he's focusing on building military before upgrading them, but it's unfortunate because these Huskarls would be so much more effective. As he looks to save the Treb, come on! Nah, it doesn't do it. That castle will stay up for now. The Vil count is 79 to 56 in Red's favor. Military is in Blue's favor, 36 to 26. As here come the Hussar raids. Not quite raids quite yet, but these are weak. Okay, I love this. I was going to say the palisade walls from the Goths are pretty weak. Stiigletz knows this and starts to put houses down. There are a few gaps at the moment. And Stiigletz also brings pikemen back to defend. I love it. But here are the long swordsmen. And soon to be two-handed swordsmen. Huskarls, especially without upgrades, do not trade well with other infantry. So skirmishers there to support helps, but those two-handed swordsmen are going to be pretty beefy. And with Red's expansion here on these gold piles, which could have been, I'm just going to call them Stiegletz's gold piles. I love that they did this though. Blue did the same thing. It's like, okay, so you're going to take behind my base. I'm going to take behind your base. So be it. What are these barracks? Love it. And here's the fight. There's a whole lot more Huskarls though than two-handed swordsmen, so this will go in Blue's favor as Red throws away units to try to kill these Trebs. This castle will go down now, I hope, with two Trebs on it. And Blue opening another hole with a mangonel, great idea. Red trickling in units, which is not the way to go. Blue priming some more Goth spam in the north, or in the south, I'll call it. Red getting in with the raids here, but this line of houses was perfectly timed from Blue. Although these Trebs are a problem. Blue is still only on, well, no, he's got two TCs, but if he loses his starting TC, this is the bulk of his food eco as the Hussars are in. This is not good for the Goth player. Don't want to lose your farms. So it behooves Blue, if he gets this castle down, to start pushing into Red's eco as soon as possible. fighting on two fronts here. This TC will go down, as will all the villagers inside, as the pikemen are gone. So the villagers retreat to the castle. Villagers are 55 to 89. Blue is in. Both starting TCs are going to go down. If you look at how effective the Huskarls are against buildings. But no villagers dying. Again, these are on stand ground. It's such a shame. See how they're just sitting there? Such a shame. So the TC is gone. Blacksmith's gone. Trebs are doing great work. Meanwhile, the same thing's happening on Blue's side, as both players looking to do all they can on both ends of the map. It's so tough. So tough. Blue's expanded out here. Love it. Found some gold in the corner. He's rebuilding his farms here and raiding in the back. Denying this castle is just great. And here all these vills are dead. Vill count now 68 to 48. And Red's Vill's dropping like crazy fast. Trebs are just cleaning up on both ends. Blue's got more Trebs than Red at the moment. So Red is just kind of probably scratching his head like, where are the villagers for me to kill? Huskarls running around everywhere. Red finding where Blue's at and dropping a castle. $59 to 48. LordSavage buying food like crazy so he can get more hustlers out there. So much to look at. Look at all these siege workshops. I didn't even notice how many went down, but they're all about to die. $47 to 47. Look at how the Vill count changed so drastically as Blue broke in and killed all those Vills. This castle's good and all, but he's using it to protect his town center placement. Red could take that out with these Trebs though, but the Hussars found the exposed Trebs, so there go the castle killers. It's a war of attrition now. Who can continue to keep their second? Well, Red's got third and fourth. Yeah, a second and third TC alive for now. Blue's got the one in the corner here. Red's Trebs didn't move forward after taking out the first TC, which is unfortunate because that castle could be down by now. And that castle is doing a good job of protecting all these villagers, that's for sure. It's a big group. 13 of the 47 blue villas are all on this one side under this castle, which is fantastic. Fantastic for blue. I hope there's not a hole. I think there is. Oh no, Hussars are in. There's nothing here at the moment. There's barracks though, so he can put pikemen out, but Blue will need to react quickly to save these villagers. As Blue finds this TC, so just a back and forth game like crazy. Archery range is going down, probably for hand cannons. I can't imagine Red thinking that crossbows are the way to go at this moment, but okay, here's the Treb working on the castle. But now that Red knows where Blue's TC is, he's going to keep streaming Hussars in. Anyone's game at the moment. Who can hang on? Blue has the Vill lead, but 3 TCs to 1 TC is definitely in Red's advantage. 2 castles to 1 as well. If Blue can stabilize his eco, he can really get the Goth spam rolling, but at the moment, the military advantage is 23 to 9 in Red's favor, which is unfortunate. As Blue's gonna get pop capped yet? No, not quite. Still a lot of houses out there. 3,000 gold in the bank for both players. Look at that. I mean, at that point, if you're Goths, you start buying some food and just pump out Huskarls and get them upgraded, please. It's 3,400 gold. Insane. LordSavage has the right idea, buying gold. Or buying wood, rather. Not food. Wood for trebuchet, probably. Hand cannoneer coming out now. 37 to 37 is the Vil count. The blue is fully displaced at the moment. Blue might think about putting a TC over here now. Pikeman to defend against Hussars, good. Blue can mass up some Hussars real quick out of these barracks. Push in this castle. This is another TC wide open exposed from Red, who did a good job of saving this one, just barely too. And Red is booming back with 41 Vils now to 29 for Blue. Military's about even, 15 and 21. What a messy game this turned out to be. Unfortunately for Blue, these hand cannoneers are perfectly placed to stop this army. If these guys weren't there, this would have been a great move. But it's the direct counter as a hand cannoneer. Nice snipe on the monk.
Hey, sir.
Even the Huskarls can't take it. It's not your typical archer. The hand cannoneer. The blue sees that and pulls back. Was that stable? Okay. More farms coming up in the corner. The only safe place right now. I don't think Red's found that yet, which is good. Look at this girl still working. Amazing. In the midst of all this chaos. Well, Red's stockpile disappeared as he bought a bunch of wood. Blue's gold stockpile still strong. 3,000 gold. Could buy some stone to build another TC. Could buy some, well, he'll need to buy wood as well. But I think both wood and food are extremely expensive in the market at the moment, so I can understand the hesitancy to spend such a valuable limited quantity resource like gold on things like wood and food when there's so much to be had. But Blue's giving up. Tight game though, so close. I thought Stiigletz had it for a second when they swapping bases like that, and if you look at the map, just both bases completely cleared out. And it ended up, whoever expanded it better on the outside ended up winning this game. I think that's kind of how this map's supposed to be played. So it's interesting to watch. It's the first time I've seen this map be played, and I got some ideas for how I'm going to do it in the tournament. Yeah, pretty impressive from both players, and a lot of fun to watch. Well, that was it for this round. I'm sure we'll come back at you with more games from the BattleGrounds tournament. This is Sneaky Chiefy casting Stiigletz versus LordSavage in round 1 of BattleGrounds. 1v1, 1200 ELO. We are the Art of Warfare. If you're new to the clan, welcome. If you're interested in joining, head to taw.net and submit a request to join if you like what you see. We'll get you set up with a drill instructor and get your boot camp scheduled. We've got about 90 active players around the world. We play every week. Every day of the week there's something going on, so we all welcome all skill levels. If you're new to the game and want to learn and get better, we have coaches and training sessions. If you're an experienced player, we also have an esports team that competes competitively, represents TAW. So we would welcome anyone who's interested in participating. For now, this is Sneaky Chiefy signing out.